What is up, everyone? Welcome to Rover Mechanic Simulator as part of a new video concept I'm doing called Was It Worth It? Which is essentially where I take some games from my Steam library, I play them for about an hour, and then I assess whether it was worth the investment or not. This is a game I got on the November Humble Monthly Bundle. It looked like my kind of thing, so I thought I'd give it a whirl. Welcome to Rover Mechanic Simulator. We're glad that you decided to play our game. Before you start, we would like to remind you that it's an early access game, so it can contain bugs and glitches. If you find any of them, don't be angry and just tell us about that on our Discord server. We'll try to help as soon as possible. Bear in mind that the game is still in development. Some game mechanics already work, and because of that we start early access to gather feedback from you. New content will arrive soon. Have fun, RMS team. Only a few carefully selected engineers are allowed to work with space rovers. The diagnostic tools and computers in the hangar require you to confirm your identity by scanning your fingerprint. To do that, hold the LMB on the scanner box to proceed. The scanner box. Is that up here, or is that... No. I guess... I see. There we go. Like that. Yeah, so, yeah, this game was in early access when I recorded this video. I don't think it's in early access. It won't be by the time this video goes up, because there's about 2 weeks in between recording and release of the video. But, yeah. I might do another video after the game comes out fully, I suppose. But for now, let's just get straight into things. Since you are a quite fresh engineer, you have to complete special introduction missions to learn the ropes. Follow steps like this and you will learn more about working as a rover mechanic. Some of the steps, including this one, may contain multiple messages. Press D to view the next message. Yep. If you don't know what to do next, just look for such markers. They show your current objectives and help you keep track of your tasks. You can always press 4 to toggle the objectives panel in the top right corner of your screen. Use it to check on the details of your current task. The mouse cursor changes depending on whether or not you're looking at an interactable object. The crossed out circle means you can't interact with the object. Maybe you haven't unlocked that object yet, or maybe you don't meet the requirements to start interaction. A slightly transparent dot means that there is no object to interact within your reach. A fully visible dot means that you can interact with the object you're looking at. The aforementioned side panels help you keep track of your current task's objectives, key bindings, and parts collecting log. To show/hide side panels, press 4, 5, or 6. Okay. Can I move? Ah, I can. There we go. Alright, collect tools. Collect the tablet, got the tablet, and the cordless drill. Great! Now that you have the tools, you're almost ready to start your work. Now walk around the hangar and we will explain to you what each specific device does. When you're finished, you will accept your first order. At this moment, almost all of the devices are unavailable, but we want you to know more about them. Okay. Let's see. Learn more about the radio. It's just a digital radio. As much as you have absolutely no use for it while repairing rovers, it is still a pretty neat device that can easily brighten your mood. Click the LMB to enter the radio menu, select a station that you wish to listen to, and let your hair down a little bit. Tip: the previous mechanic that worked in this hangar dropped the radio and broke it. It seems fine, but she says it's not. Maybe you can take a glimpse into it and see what the problem is. Interesting. So we can enable what we got. Oh, synthwave. How loud is this going to be? Oh, that's so loud, man. How do I... Let's turn that off. What else? Is there a... Can I turn the volume down a tiny bit? Yeah, like to there. That'll do. What else we got? As a reward for repairing the radio, you can now listen to your favourite songs in .mp3, .wav, or .org formats. Just place them in a special folder located at them. Yep. And that's it. Go back to the game and select the last radio station to tune in and repair the rovers with your own unique style. Yeah, I'm not going to do that on account of the fact that that will probably get this video copyright claimed. Use the PCB table to find out which components of printed circuit boards are damaged so you can replace them. Remember that you don't always have to 3D print specific PCB components. If you want to avoid too much work, you can also print an entire PCB, but this is of course a more expensive solution. With the help of this device, you can configure ECUs of the rovers you repair. Every time you finish the job, you have to plug the wireless configurator into the rover and use the rover ECU configurator to reset the system. Gotcha. What else we got? This device is the main control unit of your hangar. Use it to operate the gantry crane and play retro video games if you have any. The MCU's OS is a Martian distribution of Linux. Tip: sudo doesn't work on Mars. Okay. Use the 3D printer to print new components and parts that you need for rover maintenance. The higher the complexity of a part, the more time it takes to print it. Try to complete your orders by replacing the smallest components possible, since it's a more economical approach. Remember that printing requires resources. You can obtain more resources by completing quests. With the help of the crusher, you can recycle bad parts and recover some of the resources. The more a part is damaged, the fewer resources can be recovered from it. And use the workbench to find out which components of sets are damaged so you can easily replace them. At this workbench, you can also clean the dirty parts. Remember that you can't analyze and repair parts which are dirty. Keep in mind that you don't always have to 3D print specific set components. If you want to avoid too much work, you can also print an entire set, but this is of course a more expensive solution. Okay, so now it wants me to start a new quest. Whereabouts would I do that? I guess on my tablet maybe? Welcome to the order selector view. Here you can find all orders our colony receives. The orders come from various companies, which means your rewards and objectives might differ depending on a company you choose to provide your service to. As usually in the world of engineering, some orders are complex and there are ones that are even more complex. Minimum rank requirements sorts the complexity level of orders according to your experience. Thanks to that, you never start an order that you can't complete. Once you have selected a task, all the important information you need is displayed on the right side of the screen. Each order has a small note that informs you what the problem might be, but keep in mind that this is just loose insight from the ordering company. In addition, there is also information how many resources you can get for completing the order you've selected. Our engineers always do preliminary analysis of the order, so sometimes they might leave a clue of what needs to be replaced. Okay, so I guess this is the order it wants me to take. What type of service would you like to provide? We'll go standard. Premium service unavailable anyway. This is going to be easy. Everything seems fine except one wheel. Would you be so nice and find out what causes the problem? Let's give it a go. This tab is the central point of the game. Here you can find all information about your task. The rewards box contains information about resources and experience which you can get for completing a task. The summary box contains information about how much money you have spent. Except for the tutorial missions, you can finish orders without repairing the rovers. The only rule is that they cannot be lacking any parts. However, we do not recommend this method as it might backfire and you'll have to bear the consequences. Let's talk about the tabs on the right. In the missing parts tab, you can see all of the parts you detach from the rover that is currently being repaired. Remember that you can't finish the task before you attach all the missing parts back. Tasks. Here you can find all information regarding your current task. Preliminary analysis. This is the same tab that you have already seen in the quest selector view. Okay. Each rover is transported in a special metal container to prevent damage during the transport. Your first task in every order is to place this container on the lift. They unpack automatically. Okay. Okay, and then now it's F to attach, and then move it over here. There we go. And then I guess we exit like that. Okay, so we've got to repair the rovers. So it said it was a wheel that wasn't working properly. When you click on a vehicle on the lift, you enter the repairing view. During the repairs, you'll be using 3 different modes: assembly mode, disassembly mode, analytics mode. You can switch between them by clicking 1, 2, and 3. Note that you do not have to be in the repairing view to do that. If you want to exit repairing view, just press escape button. In the disassembly mode, you can remove parts from rovers. The removed parts go directly into the warehouse. Access it through the warehouse tab in your tablet. In the assembly mode, you can attach the parts you have in your warehouse to the rovers you repair. The lacking parts appear as slightly transparent. In the analysis mode, you can analyze parts and decide which parts might need replacement. The analyzed parts are different color than not analyzed. White, not analyzed; orange, dirty; green, perfectly fine condition; yellow, acceptable condition; red, requires immediate replacement. When a part is dirty, you can't analyze it. In that situation, you have to remove it and clean it first. You can always make sure you're in the right mode by simply looking at the icon above. With this knowledge, you can easily find the damaged wheel. Okay. So we want to go into this mode, and then that one's fine. That's the one. Okay. So that needs to be the one that's replaced. And I think that's the only one. We'll just analyze. Okay, that's slightly improper condition, but I think it's this one that they want me to. So we're going to disassembly mode, and is that the right one? Ah, here we go. Oh, I see. I have to take it apart piece by piece. So take that off first, and that comes off. And then now we can remove the actual wheel itself. There we go. Now we've got the wheel. Perfect. Now when you have the damaged part, you have to print a new one. We have just unlocked the 3D printer for you. When the printing is done, just attach the new wheel along with the rest missing parts you've taken off. P.S. Don't forget to take the new wheel from the printer feeder. Okay. So which one was the 3D printer? It's this one, right? No, that's the crusher. This is the 3D printer. Here we go. So parts, wheel, and that's going to take 30 seconds. So, I guess while this is printing, I'll give my initial thoughts on this game. It's quite cool. I don't like that it gives you a massive info dump at the beginning, but I guess that's probably just like a sort of like, here's everything you need to know, now go out and do it. I think I prefer games that are a bit more intuitive, and by that I mean sort of like, here's what you need to do. Like do it piece by piece. Alright, now we want to go into assembly mode with our new wheel, and then we have to put back on the wheel plug. Cool. And then we'll exit this mode. The last thing you have to do is resetting the ECU. To do it, you have to use the ECU configurator you have seen before, and that device connects with rovers via a special connector that you have to plug in first. So important things you need to know: you can plug in the connector only if no parts of the rover are missing, otherwise you will not see it. You can't disassemble the rover while the connector is in the rover, so always do it at the very end. If you configure the drivers and disconnect connector, then drivers will restart again and you will have to start again. In order to stick the connector into the rover, exit the repairing view and press 2 for assembly mode. If everything is fine, you should be able to stick it without any problems. To disconnect the connector, press 1 for the disassembly mode. Remember, you have to be out of the repairing view. Okay, so we're out of the repairing view. We press 2 for assembly mode. Remote configurator, plug in. Now what? So the rover's been repaired, but is that it? Is it done? Action unavailable. The configurator is connected. What do I do with the configurator? Let's see what it said about it again. There's got to be a better way to get through that than doing all that. Oh, do I have to go over to the thing? Which is it? That's the MCU. It's the one over here, I guess. On this screen, you can reset the rover's system. Your task is to create a path from the battery to the output. When you click at a blank tile, the inventory panel on the left will display all of the available pieces for that place. Then just click on the block in the inventory panel and it will be placed automatically. Red and green spots are supposed to be filled with special tiles that either add or subtract voltage. To safely reset the system, you have to reach the target voltage as shown in the top right corner of the screen. Okay. I kind of get it. So do you have to swap these or... Oh, I see. So maybe like that, and then like... I don't know, neither of these look particularly good, honestly. Oh, I can change these around, I see. So we need to get it from going from here to here, I suppose. Oh no, or maybe the other way around, I see. Oh, I see. So you only have a certain number of them. Oh, but you can rotate them. I see. I got it now. And then you can delete them as well. So if we just delete all the ones that we don't want. So we've got 4 at the moment. What have we got here? We'll put one of these in and rotate it. Put another one in here. Put one of these in here and rotate, and then here. So at the moment, I think we got -3. So it's being blocked through here. So it's at -4 at the moment. Where are all my positive values being used up then? Or do they have to be... Oh, I see, they have to be on these ones. Alright. So now that goes up to 5, and then we need 3. So this is at 7 at the moment, but this will go to 9 if I put it like that. Now it's at 6, so is there a way... I guess I could add a -2 in somewhere. Change this back to 5, and bingo, there we go. That's it's kind of confusing, but I kind of get it. I think it's one of those things you have to do a few times to really get your head around it. Alright, so that should be finished. Congratulations, you've just finished your first order. Now the only thing you have to do is to go to your tablet and select the finish order button, then the job is done. We don't recommend finishing orders without repairing the rover, and for your own sake this option is blocked in the tutorial missions. I see. Alright, so tablet and complete order. Here you can see a summary of the quest you've just completed. In the task box you can see how many experience points you have gained from each part of the task, that is bonus experience. If you complete each step correctly, you will additionally get experience points and resources which you have seen in order description before. In the damaged parts box you can see parts which were damaged. You always have to repair all of them to get all rewards. If you do something wrong, the box displays what you have missed. Let's have a look. Yeah, so I got that. So I got 80 XP from that, and I earned 2,000. That's pretty good. Ah, I see. So it's the same thing as before. The wheel you replaced the last time works just fine, but the Sojourner seems to have more problems than we previously assumed. Before you solved the wheel issue, the bearing must have sustained damage, which caused it to deteriorate much quicker. Since you already have experience with the Sojourner, could you please take a look at it once again? This time it's paid extra. Sure thing. So it seems to be the bearing and... Okay, it's time for the test. During that order, you have to use everything you've just learned and repair the robot on your own. Don't worry, if something goes wrong, you can always restart your order's progress. All you have to do is click on the Restart Order button. This operation resets your game to the state from the beginning of the order. Sometimes it might occur necessary to start with a clean slate. Be careful, nonetheless, this operation cannot be undone. Okay. If you've got some parts you no longer need, you can destroy them in the Crusher. We have just unlocked it for you. When you are destroying parts via Crusher, you will get some resources in return. The lesser part is damaged, the more resources you will get. Okay. So the first thing we want to do, grab this. Perfect. And then if we click and go into analysis mode, which is number 3, and it was the, what was it, the bearing, where might that be then? That's a bearing of something. No, it's not the one I'm looking for though. And I don't know much about rovers, to be honest with you all. Wait. Okay, let's go back to the tablet for a second and see what I'm looking at. Preliminary analysis, bearing and bearing cover B. Is that like a wheel bearing or... No, I guess not. Why is it so... Oh, I guess because I was around the other side of it, huh? I'm trying to find what I'm looking at, you know? I guess I should have paid more attention last time, huh? Because it's... Hang on, here we go. It's at the inside of the wheel. So I'm going to have to take apart most of the wheel to get to it, it would seem. So I would like to be able to work out which one I'm meant to be looking at first. I managed to get the bearing cover B to come up just about. Doesn't seem to be that one. I'm trying to see in here. It's like in between the two wheels, if I can. There was like a slither there where it was on cover B. No, I can't quite get it. Doesn't seem. Here we go. No, that's still green. Man, this one is tricky. Trying to find the actual thing I'm looking for. Here we go, found it. Oh, it's the same wheel as before. I should have realised that really, shouldn't I? Okay, well I guess we'll take this apart to begin with. Take the wheel off. Take the cover plate off. Here we go. So this is what we were looking at before. So we've got the bearing now. Let's just analyze this quickly just to make sure I've got the right one. Yeah. Alright. So the bearing is off after some confusion about what was going on. So I guess I need to 3D print a new bearing and bearing cover B. Yeah, so the bearing is going to take a little while, but then the bearing cover B takes like no time at all. So yeah, that was probably just my own stupidity there that caused me to take as long as I did. But yeah, no. I quite like this game actually. I'm enjoying it a lot. I don't know how well it owes itself to YouTube content. I think it's definitely sort of like the kind of chill thing that you play on your own. Maybe like I said, listening to some tunes as well, something like that, and then just kind of jam while you're repairing rovers. I don't know if it's necessarily the best sort of YouTube game, but yeah, no, I mean if this is your jam, if repair type simulator games are your thing, then I definitely would recommend it. All right, so put the new bearing on, put the new bearing cover B on. Then put the cover plate back on. Then put the wheel back on. And then the wheel plug. Okay, that's that. And then we'll exit repair view. We'll plug in the, oh, what did I just do? Oh, I did plug in the remote configurator. And then go over to the configurator. And okay, so I need to get it from here to here, and the target voltage needs to be 5. So we'll go like this. Set this as a +3. Set this as a +3. And then set this as a -1, and that's that done. Groovy. Alright, and then that should be it, right? Perfect. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it at that for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Conclusion, was it worth it? I'm going to say yeah, you know. This is a really good game. I really enjoyed it. I definitely think I'm going to play some more of it in my free time. And I may do one more video on it just to sort of, you know, give you because a lot of that was just kind of spent tutorialing around. So I think going forward I might do like one more video just to see more of the actual content of the game. If you enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.